An Old Bailey jury has heard that blood and fibres found on a jacket belonging to a man accused of killing Stephen Lawrence provided extremely persuasive evidence that the wearer was involved in the murder. Here's Ronke Phillips with the details. Ronke.
Thank you, Ben. Yes, today we've been hearing from the forensic scientist who is an expert in fibres. He was part of the cold case team that reviewed the evidence in 2007. This was day 13 of the trial. Found hanging in Gary Dobson's wardrobe, the jacket on which scientists found 15 fibres and a tiny spot of blood they say had come from 3 different items of Stephen Lawrence's clothing. The blood matched Stephen's DNA and the threads matched his blue jumper. Forensic science expert Roy Green told the jury that whoever wore the jacket was either at the scene or was with a person who was. He said, "In my opinion, the combination of blood, DNA and fibres provides extremely persuasive evidence to link the wearer of the grey jacket to the attack itself and or contact with the perpetrators soon afterwards." He called this transfer of fibres tertiary contact. But Mr. Green told the jury that the tertiary contact, as he called it, would not provide a credible explanation as to how the fibres got onto the jacket. Dobson claims he hadn't worn the elasticated bomber jacket for many years. It was seized from his home in a police raid 15 days after Stephen was killed at a bus stop in Eltham. An A-level student at the time, Stephen was stabbed by up to 5 white youths who shouted racist abuse at him and his friend Dwayne Brooks. Dobson and his co-accused David Norris both plead not guilty to murder and blame contamination of the evidence.
So, Ronke, the jury knows more now about how these fibre transfers took place.
Yeah, it was a really complicated day today, lots of scientific and very technical evidence, and it all centres around this tertiary transfer. And I suppose the best way of explaining that is that the scientist involved broke it down. He said that for the fibres to have got from Stephen Lawrence's clothes onto Gary Dobson's jacket, well, that could only have happened in 3 ways. And if we have a look at the screen, so what he says is the fibres would have had to have gone from the victim to the offender, and from the offender to Gary Dobson, so that's stage 2, and then from him to his jacket. But Mr. Green, as we know, says that was very, very unlikely. And of course, the prosecution case is that the only way that those fibres could have got there is if Gary Dobson and his co-accused David Norris were at the scene. Tomorrow we'll be hearing about hair evidence. And tomorrow, of course, is day 14 of the trial.
All right, Ronke Phillips, thank you.